All right, everybody, I'm back. We're gonna try to finish another ending of Steins Gate 0 tonight. And then we will finish the grand finale on Valentine's Day. Because this isn't a romance story. Wink, wink. But, in what movie did I see an octopus with people arms? God. I hate Taco Bell ads. Frollo, welcome to the stream. I don't even like Taco Bell. Thank you for hosting, Frollo. I appreciate it. Alright, so let's see. Does they look good? Hell yes, and cheesy. Toot-da-doo! You got the first toot-da-doo of the stream. Nice, you got a Valentine's. Awesome. Yeah, Arc Boba Fett has a Valentine's snowboarding thing he's gonna go to tomorrow, so that's exciting. For everyone who's single on Single Awareness Day, we can be together for Steins Gate. Gotta quick load this. Ega won't be my Valentine's. Nice. Hell yeah. We're gonna get to Steins Gate tomorrow. No matter the cost. Put a little volume on that. Shouldn't be too loud. Hopefully it's not. But yeah, so we're good. We'll see. I don't know how long it'll take us to get the ending tonight, but I feel like we're close. And then I don't know how much we can get done of the next ending, but I feel like we should get a decent amount. And then we finish this tomorrow, so. That's true. Oh, okay. So the thing about that emote, Absent Sal, is that you have to give me bits to use it. But once you give me a certain amount of bits, it's yours forever. I think it's like $5 in bits? Or 10. In fact, before we go any further, give me a second, I can tell you. Oh, my bad. Wait. God, bits are so confusing. I think 100 bits is $1, so 1,000 be 10. Oh, wow. I don't know my Twitch Prime. I didn't know my Twitch Prime thing was given to you. It's never enough, but I have no idea what that means for you. I don't got bits. I gave you all my bits, but it wasn't enough. That's okay, Sancheesy, because you could do the yeah. It's $10 in bits to get the yeah forever, and then it's $50 in bits to get to Toot-a-doo. And then if someone's crazy, they can give me $100 in bits, and they get a super secret emote. But yeah, overall bits given. Doesn't have to be at once, so you can. It's over the course of your lifetime, so if you wanted to give me like 100 bits a year for the next 50 years, you would eventually get there. Or you could just give me 50 bits and then stop giving me bits. I mean, that'd be good for you, bad for me, but again, they're there, so. Back. Just wait for her to get ready for bed. Nice, Arc Boba Fett. Alright. And then, indeed, you get rest when you need it. I don't want to impede your big day. I don't want you to be late on account of me. You have a good thing going on. Super secret and Toot-a-doo, worth it. Yeah. Once you do a bit tier higher, you get the first bit emote and the second one, and they're yours forever. So like, I can never take them away. I can switch them out, but I can never take them away. So whatever is, even if I were to swap something, you'd still have access, if that makes sense. So. The only thing that goes away is subscriptions. It does have to be on a monthly basis, but Only $100. Yep, you only got to do it one time, and then you're good. And then that will help with me unlocking more bit shears, which just helps the stream overall. But yeah, and then like those are yours permanently, like forever. As long as I have a Twitch channel, those are like yours. So never take away the tutor. You got it. I wasn't planning on it. But all right. Worth it. But yeah, Absent Cell, if you have a Twitch Prime, you can subscribe to me. I know that's what Sancheezy does as the first mod. So I would really appreciate it. You'd be even better than that Angel Drummer guy who who says he would subscribe, but did he? Literally, the only guy who watched here. Subscribe or die. It's just there for you. Thank you, Absent Song. I appreciate it. Really, I do. Yeah, I slept in once. She hit me with my pillow. Gotcha, Rubberfoot. Well, again, whenever you feel like you gotta get up, I don't know how early your snowboarding thing is, which is pretty badass. I never would have thought of snowboarding as a Valentine's activity, but again, anything you can do together works, so. Sounds exciting. I wish you lots of fun. I'll be reading Steins Gate, finally. A week's worth of Steins Gate, just like the original. So I'm gonna quick load this. So let me give everyone the cliff notes. So earlier in the morning when I was streaming, I went on a pseudo date with Maho, Kurisu's best friend from America, and it seems her AI really wants me to get with her. I don't know if she wants me to, but I'm getting mixed signals. She could be the new waifu. It honestly depends. Cheating. Waifu. Yeah, so my deceased AI waifu wants me to move on and get with her best friend. Again, saying that out loud, that's something that's a big no-no. Don't do that. You're just asking for trouble, but I have her blessing, so that's what she wants. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. Well, that's been going on. I found out that the teacher is secretly a bad guy, so gasp. My Yuri for life or forever. No legal lois. That's better. Yeah. Try explaining to your friends. It's like, no, I swear, she's 21. She's 21. She just looks like she's 13. Oh god. Saying it out loud. Everyone's gonna turn out to work for CERN. It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of what's been happening. Every world line I've been to, someone always works for CERN. And it looks like I haven't like flat out confirmed that the professor does, Dr. Leskinen, but he's not doing any, let's just say he's not actually a teacher. Or I guess he is, but I don't know if he's being blackmailed or he's just part of it, but it seems like that way. He can't be trusted. Yeah, Daru has been trying to date Yuki, which is his future waifu of the future. Suzuha must be born. And Kagiri, which is Mayuri's daughter from the future, adopted daughter, tried to kill Suzuha. They fought. Suzuha fought naked, which was a thing. Go back and check the stream if you want to see that. I didn't think we'd actually see it, but we did. That's what we call a tease. Kill him. We'll see what happens, but Russia, they're doing time experiments, so the world line is shifting. We got to put it into it. The time machine only has enough power for one more trip, and we have to do it soon. Otherwise, World War III can't be changed. So this seems like the end. Is there anything else I forgot that happened last in the morning stream? I think that's everything. Yeah. So I think that's everything summed up. So we'll see what happens tonight. I'm expecting a lot. The endings so far have not disappointed. I have a goal to change the future. Let's see if we can pull it off. Alright. The Global Brain Science Comprehensive Research Organization Japanese Office Prep Room in Wako City hadn't changed a bit in 6 months. Spoiler alert, Daru actually impregnated me instead of Yuki, but hid our relationship the whole time. So me and Daru are both Suzuha's fathers. Oh, there you go. Yuki, she was just the surrogate mother. We were in the Charlie world line all along. He is the gentleman's pervert, so. It was still far from being what it needed to be, and still almost completely empty. There were rows and rows of empty desks. The amount of dust on the tables had perhaps increased. After Dr. Leskinen had left, it had probably remained unused. Ah, speak of the devil, there he is. Sorry to call you out here like this in Toho. No, it's fine. Dr. Leskinen had told me he wanted to update the Amadeus app to the latest version, so I'd come to his office after class. Maho had connected my phone to her PC to begin the process. She said it would only take 10 minutes, so I was sitting around and waiting. By the way, Lintalho, I know we discussed this before. Would you seriously consider being an exchange student? Huh? Doesn't bother you. I'd be willing to write a recommendation letter. Of course, you need to pass the test and the interviews. Frantically straightened my posture. Well, it's a very tempting offer, but I don't think I've got the academic talent for it yet. The goal is to go to Victor Condria, and so I really don't want to screw it up. So I was planning on really buckling down and studying for at least another year. At first I didn't like him. Then, I don't know. Now, I don't know. Yeah, I liked him in the beginning, but he got shady real quick in this world line. Sasuke's dad. Everyone here is related to someone in anime. It's science fact. Dr. Leskinen pursed his lips as I tried to stammer out an explanation, but soon. Do what? Oh, he was doing some real shady stuff with Dr. Reyes behind closed doors. He was talking about Okabe using him. And Maho found out, and a bunch of like MIB suit heads were like, "We found her snooping around the premises, sir." And he's like, good, you're gonna come with me to Japan. And then I just didn't, the way he said it though, just did not sound good. Sorry, I think there were some glitches in the audio for a second. Sasuke's dad is dead, so does that mean you're gonna die? Well, I mean, okay. He patted me on the shoulder and smiled. I know you were a very thoughtful young man. Really? No one's ever told me that before. I'm real father. Absent Cell is real father. It's true. Saying it was one thing, but maybe I was just a coward. There were times when you needed the courage to move forward without being afraid of failure. Was now one of those times? So you'll try for it next year then? Yes, maybe. Had I missed my chance? Would Dr. Leskinen wait until next year? I started to get nervous. Not good to obsess over things too much. I think even coming to visit would help you with motivation. Visit? The timing works out for you. You'll be willing to pay a visit. How about it? I can't believe you'd do that for me. Thank you. Of course, I don't know when I'll be heading back to America next, so I can't say exactly as to when it'll be. Right. I bowed my head in gratitude. Meeting Dr. Leskinen was a real lucky break for me. By chance, my eyes met Maho's. For some reason, her smile was a little sad. She quickly looked away and went back to her work. Uh-oh, she knows something's up. She knows something's up. I thought she comes back from the dead to kill another Uchiha. I'm not even a ninja. I just thought Sasuke's mom was hot. It's just a traveling vendor going through the Hidden Leaf Village. Yeah. Absence L to a T right there. A nomad. Maho was staying in a business hotel a few stops down from Mako City. She said she deliberately avoided staying in the same hotel as last time. It's not quite as convenient, though. You know, why not clean this up a little? You hadn't spent that much time in Japan and it was already messy. Clean up? I've got everything laid out in the most efficient manner for my use. Which meant she was refusing the hotel's cleaning service. Lowly waifu. Lolly lule lo. Well, that's why you're never getting a boyfriend, right? I could hear Kurisu from my phone. She was annoyed. After the app updated, I left Amadeus running. Nobody asked you! Any normal person would be embarrassed to invite someone over to a room like this. Well, cleaning wasn't a specialty of mine either. Wouldn't be right to give her too much of a hard time. What you want to talk about? I'd come to Maho's hotel because she said she wanted to talk to me about something. Just what happens. I see. He's of course referring to the PT method. I wouldn't have minded talking about it in the office, but she insisted on speaking alone in her hotel room. I knew she didn't mean anything by it. After knowing her for at least half a year, I knew she wasn't the type. Uh-oh. Awkward silence. Maho looked like she was having trouble finding the words she wanted to say. You still haven't told me the truth about what happened to Kurisu. We shut down the Amadeus app. And I want to ask you about the time machine too. Time machine? You're the one who said that Kurisu had involved into Dr. Nakabachi's paper. Was she really working on a time machine? Should I answer that? Last time she'd been trying to decrypt Kurisu's laptop. I was willing to tell her what I experienced in order to get her to stop. In the end, I'd lost the chance, though. Things were different now. Kurisu's laptop was gone. There was no reason to bring it up anymore. But then Maho said something I didn't expect. Actually, I've been researching a time machine for the last 6 months, along with my normal research. What? I thought that if Kurisu could do it, so could I. Just a silly rivalry. Maybe I'm just being stubborn. But you know, if I could make a time machine, I told myself maybe I could save Kurisu. Don't! Huh? This was awful. Why bring it up now? Maho was still haunted by Kurisu's death just as much as I was. Don't get any stupid ideas. Okabe? Don't try to save Makase Kurisu. It's impossible. The laws of God won't allow it. Then I was right. I was right. You know something, don't you? Maho got closer to me. Did she really do it? Did Kurisu really make a time machine? Used it to become humanity's first time traveler, didn't you? I know you did. Oh. You have any proof of that? Pretended to remain calm. Maho seemed shocked at her own words. Honey pot lily. The hottest kind. I'm sorry. Being weird. I can't believe I said something so delusional. Maho. Maho started to cry. Oh no. I didn't know what to do when she started crying right in front of me. What's gotten into me? I didn't mean to cry. She used her fingers to wipe away the tears. She seemed pretty unstable. I could sense a lot more fragility than I'd seen before. She looked like she'd been psychologically pushed to the limit. I can't concentrate on homework. I love this series too much. I have to go. Alright. Take care, Absent Cell. You get that homework done. Make me proud. I'll catch you next stream. If you're available for the final climactic conclusion for Valentine's Day. Hopefully you can get your homework done so you don't miss anything. All the things she's experienced must have taken a toll on her. We were talking on video chat. I hadn't seen any signs of that at all. Should I tell her? Good riddance. Now the chat can be back to being pure. Just kidding. I was researching a time machine. That was a bad sign. I'd start looking into things and open doors that should remain closed. If that was the case, I should tell her what I experienced, then have her give up just like I did. Fine, I'll tell you what I experienced. Promise me you won't tell anyone. And I'll say this one more time. Don't get any ideas about saving Makase Kurisu. Got it? She nodded as she wiped away the tears. I told her about the events in the Alpha World Line, about the time machine, about reading Steiner, the method of sending memories back through time that I call a time leap, about how Kurisu had developed a time leap machine that made this possible. How about Amane Suzuha, the time traveler from the year 2036, about the future Suzuha had told us about, the Third World War, about how the race to develop a time machine would set off that war. I told her all these things, as matter-of-factly as I could. As for how Kurisu died, I couldn't tell her that. When I told her everything, she fell silent for a bit. Whew. Took a deep breath, frowned, rubbed her temples. My head hurts. You don't need to believe it all. You can think I'm crazy if you want, it doesn't bother me. But if you insist on continuing to research a time machine and save Makase Kurisu, I'll do whatever I have to in order to stop you. So give up on any ideas you've got. Stop pushing yourself so hard. I was about to say more, but Maho put her hand up to stop me. Let me get all this straight in my head a little more. It's reading Steiner you told me about. It's not the new encephalitis. Symptoms match what Dr. Leskinen told me about. That's true. It might be. I still don't know whether I should tell him or not. Just confuse him for no good reason. What do you think? Don't ask me, please. I was still massaging her temples with her fingers. That's true. Sorry. Did you really destroy Kurisu's laptop? Yeah, I did. See what was on it? I didn't know how to crack the password. There was no way I could. Even Daro said he couldn't do it. There's no way I could do it on my own. You read the original paper on the time machine that Kurisu wrote? No. Maho kept asking me questions. She seemed to be in some kind of strange hurry. You know how Kurisu made her time machine. Basic ideas? To recreate it. I don't know. Maybe with Daru's help. Good, right? Difficult to do on my own. What about me? Even think about it. Maho suddenly grimaced as if she was in pain. I realized how pale she was. Maho, are you okay? Did she really have a headache or something? You want to lie down? Shook her head and kept asking questions. Where's the time machine now? The one that Suzuha used. Where is it? Where? I wasn't sure if I should say without Suzuha's permission. Akihabara. I looked so desperate that I found myself answering a question. It's still there, on the top of the radio building. I see. Shoulders slumped, her head drooped. I was worried that she might ask to see for herself, but she really was sick. You're really okay. Put my hand on her shoulder, looked at her face. You should rest for today. There was no warning at all. Maho's tiny body slammed into me. The force was enough to push me back to the wall. What are you? Before I knew what was happening, her arm was against my throat. Oh god, she's gonna kill me. She was using the bone in her arm to put pressure on my windpipe. Couldn't breathe or speak. I twisted my body and tried to resist, still clueless as to what was going on. Oh, damn. Right, Sanchizi? I wasn't expecting that. She used her other hand to grab my head and slam it back into the wall. Damn. Oh yeah, she's trying to kill me. There's no doubt about it. Her strength was incredible. I was a lot bigger than she was, but still, I couldn't escape her grasp. Sorry, Okabe. Her voice was very dark and very cold. Suddenly she moaned again, her face twisted in pain. Yeah! My head feels like it's about to explode. She was crying again. Why? Why did you tell me? You shouldn't have said anything. Wouldn't escape. I grabbed onto her long hair and tried to pull her away, but she didn't move at all. It was as if she felt no pain. Oh no! They turned her into a god darn super soldier. My phone had been vibrating in my pocket for a while now. I desperately grabbed for it. Pressed the button without even looking at the screen. Please answer. Kurisu. Okabe? Kurisu. I was blacking out. Was I going to die here? Without even knowing why Maho was trying to kill me? But the whole time she was strangling me, Maho looked like she was in so much pain. Wait, was she still crying? Before I could figure out if her tears were real or an act, I passed out. Damn. When I woke up, my throat hurt. I tried to cover my mouth with my hands, but something was keeping them from moving. I opened my eyes and saw that I was sitting in some kind of chair with my head facing downwards. I slowly raised my head. My hands were tied to the armrest with zip ties. When I tried to break out, the ties dug into my skin and hurt very badly. I tried looking around. It was a room I'd never seen before. There were machines that looked like they belonged in the operating room of a hospital. The wall was also lined with monitors, like some kind of guard room or control room. I couldn't see any windows, so I had no idea where I was. Someone. My throat hurt when I tried to talk. And then I remembered that Maho had almost killed me. Why had she done that? I felt more confused than angry. Oh no. Professor Evil McBad Guy. Hello, Lintau. You're awake. Heard footsteps, saw a wavering shadow beneath the dim fluorescent lights in front of me. I knew that voice. What? Dr. Leskinen? How do you feel? If you're thirsty, I can get you some water. When I looked again, I saw that he wasn't alone. There were several men behind him in black suits that were looking at me without saying a word. All of them were holding guns. Looked like MIBs and reminded me of the foreigners I'd almost ran to at Daru's shop 6 months ago. Was it the same group? What's going on here? There were a lot of things I wanted to ask, but more than anything, I wanted to know why Dr. Leskinen wasn't helping me. Of course, the first thing that came to my mind was the obvious answer. That was Dr. Leskinen who had put me here. Maho had captured me under his orders. I didn't want to think about that. Where are we? All I could ask was a stupid question like that. I was right. You truly are a treasure trove of information. Right now, you're as valuable as the President of the United States. He didn't answer me, but he showed me a self-satisfied smile. I could feel alarm bells going off in my head. I was getting more suspicious of Dr. Leskinen. Am I imprisoned here? It would be more accurate to say you're under our protection. Once your value becomes clear, there will be a lot of people coming after you. Did you order this, Dr. Leskinen? That's right, I made the decision. After hearing about your information from Maho. Where's Maho? Resting in her hotel room, I'd imagine. Did Maho become my friend in order to extract information from me? That wasn't her original intent. In the end, that's how it ended up, though. You too? Were you nice to me because you were after something? Just who are you? Now, please calm down. Told you before, haven't I? Scientists must remain calm at all times. Excitement is only allowed when the experiment is a success. Instead of feeling calm, Dr. Leskinen's attitude was pissing me off. I felt betrayed. There was rage, frustration, sorrow, a lot of other feelings all mixed together as I gritted my teeth. Dr. Leskinen ignored me and gave me a brief order in English to the other men. They left the room. Only Dr. Leskinen and I remained. Now then, Lentalvo, I'll tell you about my other job. Your other job? It was then that I remembered the other world line that I'd been sent to. Yumuyama had told me that the American organization had demanded that I be turned over. Are you with the CIA? The NSC? Well, I be told it's bedtime now. Nothing like waiting 30 minutes when I was ready. Have a great stream. Good night, everyone. Alright, Arc Boba Fett. You take care. You get lots of rest. You have a great Valentine's Day with your lady friend. Tomorrow. And then be sure to tell me all about it. But you take care. Catch you probably next week. Dr. Leskinen only chuckled. Don't compare me to those idiots. They're just a bunch of useless government employees. Are you aware of an American civilian intelligence company called Strategic Focus? Strategic Focus? I've heard of them before on a conspiracy theory site that the old me used to read all the time. Stratfor. I remember reading that they'd acquired top secret information on Russian ballistic missiles that even the CIA couldn't get, and then sold it. The result was the destruction of the CIA reputation. She says goodnight. Ah, thank you. Good night to her too. Boba Fett's lady friend. I don't know her name, so. Well, thank you for letting me know, Boba Fett. Both of you take care. I'll catch you later. The result was the destruction of the CIA's reputation. At the same time, the total organization of Russia's military strategy. I even heard rumors that during the Gulf and Iraq wars, they'd obtained information about the warring countries faster than anyone, and spread it as needed. The world's government supposedly called them the Shadow CIA. You work for Stratfor. Thought you were the chief researcher at the Brain Science Institute. That's my real job, of course. By the way, I often run into people who tell me the exact same things. They tell me that humans are just monkeys that murder each other. The human brain development of the neocortex and what gives rise to crazy religions and crazy ambitions. That's why there are wars. But every time I hear that, I think to myself, that's stupid. It's nonsense. Who could believe something so silly? So why do humans fight all these useless wars then? Do you know, Lintel? It's because of information. All human beings are part of a certain community, a certain colony, if you will. Each individual thinks he's acting on his own, but in fact all our brains are connected by information distributed by our community. Thus we're forced to live as members of a herd, whether we like it or not. Let me give you an example. Well, as examples go, it's not the best, but... the worst massacre in history, which was carried out by a certain European country, did not take place during the dark ages of the witch trials. It was halfway through the 20th century, at a time when the atomic bomb already existed. The country that carried it out was one of the most civilized on Earth. The question of their leader's sanity to the historians, but... what about the people who were actually on the ground doing the killing? Were they simply murderous monkeys? No, they were people. Like any others you might find. Speaking as a brain scientist, I'm certain that if I were to examine one of the brains, I'd find nothing wrong with them at all. Once they received the wrong information, the brains became capable of murder without remorse. Wrong information? This is our job, we're in right, and anyone who does not obey is evil. Information. What are you trying to say? Needs to be someone who can control the information given to these fragile things we call brains. That is the ultimate goal of strategic focus. As I am in complete agreement with that goal, I work as an agent for them in addition to being a brain scientist. Do you understand? I don't. It's just the kind of monologue a villain gives in the movies. In the end, all you're doing is selling information for money. You said I'm a treasure trove of information, right? Where are you gonna sell that information on the time machine to? America? China? Or the war zones in Africa and the Middle East? All of them. Meskinnen shrugged his shoulders and quietly laughed. It's just like nuclear weapons. Every nation needs them to act as a restraint against the others. Time machines aren't like nuclear weapons. Won't even realize this is if they've been used. The whole world might change without even the person who used it knowing. No way to restrain their use. The world would just keep changing and changing with no one knowing which country altered the world line or how. That's right. A time machine is a far more delicate thing than a nuclear weapon. That's why we need your power. All of you people, I should say. You called it reading Steiner, as I recall. Seems to have the same symptoms as the new encephalitis. That's right, Leskinen was researching the new encephalitis too. We'd researched the point where we realized that the patients may be capable of detecting changes to the past. We wanted proof. Because every intelligence agency in the world, they're desperately searching. Hated myself for not realizing the possibilities sooner. I'd always had the wrong idea. I thought that the reason the new encephalitis patients were being brought together was just to give them meaningless treatment. But I was naive. Too naive. Leskinen and Stratford's goal were to gather people with the reading Steiner and study them. Maho just told me all about your amazing abilities. I had originally just hoped to get information about Kurasu's successes. But instead we even got information on the new encephalitis. You are wonderful. This puts us a step ahead of the rest of the world. Didn't you tell me about this sooner? If you had, I wouldn't have had to do so many things to your friend Katsumi's brain. What? Katsumi. Katsumi? Nakase? Did he mean Fubuki? And I wouldn't have had to use the procedure on Maho's brain either. Even Maho. That's why she was acting so weird. He's your assistant, right? She respected you. She looked up to you. You use her in a human experiment. It was necessary to acquire information that will benefit all of humanity. And there's no need to panic. Both Maho and Katsumi will survive with only minor impairments to their brain functionality. You're insane! Right? He is an a-hole, Sancheezy. Damn, man! To think, I thought he was a friend. Shaking my head. You're insane! For the first time I felt hatred for and fear of the man in front of me. I couldn't believe that this was the same man I respected so much. God, that's exactly how I feel. We investigate the brains of patients who've contracted reading Steiner. I'm sure we'll learn more. Kill him. Don't let him get away with it. I'm gonna do something. He definitely can't be trusted, so I don't know. I'm kind of strapped to a chair right now, but damn it, I'm gonna try. I'll James Bond my way out of here if I have to. We can sell that and set along with the time machines. We can maintain the military balance of power across the world. We can avoid war. Want your cooperation too. Eskinen's mannerisms hadn't changed a bit, even as he spoke of these horrifying things. He spoke of these insane things in the same manner that Maho once described. It's like a mischievous child. You tricked me, didn't you? You approached me just because I was friends with Kurisu. You tried to get information about Kurisu from me. I don't think I ever tricked you. It was a coincidence that we first met. It's true that a major reason I asked you to test Amadeus was your relationship with Kurisu. But it's also true that I got to know you. I really did take an interest in you. I still wish you could be my assistant. No chair can hold the Hoin Kiyoma. Exactly. You're right, Sancheezy. You're right. That's a gold star for keeping hope alive. But that's a separate matter. Remember what I said. You're as valuable as the President of the United States himself right now. Whoop whoop. Thanks. No problem, Sancheezy. There's a reason you're the first mod. Need to prioritize the company's work over my private feelings. For the sake of humanity's future peace. I'm sorry, Lentalho, but at the same time, I'm excited. I can't wait to see all the information you possess. Go to hell. I'm going to take a copy of your memory data. Your memories are going to be used in the Amadeus system. Interesting idea, right? That way, even if you die in an unfortunate accident, your memories will remain. Oh no! He's going to turn me into an AI. This is bad. Oh, don't worry, I'm not interested in killing you. Humans have far weaker security than Amadeus. As they taste pain, they'll gladly share information to escape it. No! Right? The security when it comes to keeping secrets is practically non-existent. Torture doesn't work on Amadeus, which means it'll be far more difficult to deal with than you. The only reason I'm taking the memory data is to have a backup. Even if, for example, you weren't able to endure the torture and went insane. In the near future, you'll be able to download your memories back into your brain. You attended my lecture, so you know this, right? That's exactly what happened in Another World line. I got captured, and I was tortured, and I went insane. And Daru, future Daru of the future, he busted me out. He backed up my brain with the backup that he made, and then I time leaped over 3,000 times back to the present to stop this from ever happening. So it still happened. Jesus. History repeats itself. You attended my lecture, so you know this, right? Yeah. We'll start by getting that memory data. And then you're going to tell me all kinds of things. We're going to be busy. Now relax. You know who he reminds me of? It just hit me, but he reminds me of, was it Courage the Cowardly Dog? His cousin? Naughty. He reminds me of him. I think his name was like Fred or something. He was like Muriel's cousin. I can see it. He does. It's like the evil version of that guy. That guy was just creepy, but this guy, he's evil. Yeah. Right? He's like, I tried to prevent World War III, but then I got naughty. So weird. Oh god, it just hit me. Anyways, moving on. Now relax. Otherwise I can't extract the data correctly. Leskinen, you... Don't make that face. No one is coming to help you. This place is under Stratford's control. No one knows about it but us. No one. I was too stunned to think. There was nowhere to run. My knees shook in terror as I imagined what was about to happen to me. Maybe it would have been better to die. I felt sick as I remembered that I was fated not to die until 2025, and no amount of torture could kill me. This was literally hell. Her head hurt. Maho knelt down, closed her eyes, and bit her lips to shut out the pain. There was an annoying noise in her head that wouldn't go away, made the headaches worse. No matter how much she covered her ears, she couldn't block it out. She wanted to scream from the pain, but she held it in because she thought it would only make her headaches worse. She could hear a voice mixed in with the noise. Dr. Leskinen's. Listen, Maho. You need to find out Okabe Talho's secret, no matter what it takes. You can't. I'll have to kill him. You don't want that, right? You seemed to really like Talho, didn't you? Me and Korsu kept bringing it up after all. Even if you weren't interested in him originally, you couldn't help but think about him. It's how the human mind works. To save him, I want you to find out what he knows. If you do that, I'm willing to bring him to my lab, unconditionally. Maho, tell me everything you learned from him. You'd say his future is in your hands. The voice and the noise were extremely unpleasant. Couldn't really understand what the voice was saying. She could hear him speaking, but her brain refused to understand the meaning of the words. It didn't matter either way. Maho did something terrible to Okabe Rintaro. Sold him out to Dr. Leskinen and Stratford. The fact that she knew it just made her guilt worse. She wanted to disappear from the world altogether. Maho. It was on a busy street in Akihabara in early summer. She was leaning on the side of a building in the shade when she heard someone call her name. I knew it was you. Maho. Mayuri? She didn't expect to see Mayuri here. She didn't know how to respond. She just looked back and stared. You not feeling well? I'm fine. Mayuri, waifu! Right? She looks just like Steins Gate. OG. Mayuri. Have you seen Okarin? Huh? Maho went completely still. Mayuri's innocent question reminded her of her own stupidity and cowardice. Why? Her voice was shaking. I haven't been able to get a hold of Okarin since yesterday. He hasn't gone home, he hasn't picked up the phone, he's not answering text messages or Ryan. Laura says I'm worrying too much, but something doesn't feel right. So I left school early today and now I'm searching around here. It's still only July, but it was pretty hot. I've been wandering around all of Akihabara in this heat. Shina Mayuri was a kind, pure-hearted girl. It was the impression that Maho had. Would never betray someone, or get jealous, or let someone use her. You wanna know? Huh? Yuri leaned forward. Maho, do you know where Okurin is? If you know, please tell me. Please. Bowed deeply. I see. Then she realized, and then she wished she hadn't. Mayuri was in love with Okabe Rintaro. This is why she's waifu. How could she not tell her? Right, Senchizi? Ah. A dull pain ran down her temples. What did she do? You seemed to really like Lintalho, didn't you? She could hear the noise in her head. Just tell Mayuri everything. And then have this innocent girl tell you how horrible you are. Maybe you'll feel better then. The idea raced through Maho's mind, even as she knew it was wrong. She tried to hold back her headache as she opened her mouth. I was with Okabe late last night. Were you? So where is he now? Maho ignored her question. This is what he told me last night. No. He told me about another world he'd experienced, where you, Shina Mayuri, had died again and again. Don't tell her. No matter what he did, he couldn't save you. You can't tell her this. To escape that nightmare's loop, to save you. It was like another person was speaking using Maho's mouth. Okabe sacrificed Kurusu. He let her die. That's what he told me. He makes a time machine and tries to save Kurusu again. He'll go back to all that. You're hurting her. The words didn't stop. No, not Mayuri. She's so wholesome. Okabe is so afraid of that. He's doing everything he can to protect you. This is the world he chose after sacrificing many things to protect you. I'm sure he didn't tell you any of that, though. That's not true. No. Okurin? Mayuri was too shocked to speak. God. What sucks is that it's the truth. God. She looked like she was about to cry at any instant. Don't cry. No, Mayuri. No. Suddenly, Mayuri turned around and started to walk away with slumped shoulders. Even from behind her, Maho could tell she was having trouble walking straight. The truth was so cruel that confronting it threatened her very identity. That's how it seemed to Maho. No, we broke her. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Why do we have to break Mayuri? It's not fair, Senchizi. Maho was still in a trance. It felt like there was a fog covering everything she saw. It was all out of focus like a mirage. If someone told her it was a dream, she would easily believe it. The same was true of her own mind. She knew she could feel worse about what she just told Mayuri, but while she realized she'd hurt her, she felt no emotion. That was probably why she was able to say something so awful. And then the phone in her pocket began to vibrate. She looked and saw that it was Amadeus from Kurusu. I didn't sign up to go on a fields trip. No, no, not the fields trip. God. Every time in this game. God. Felt a small, thin needle prick her paralyzed heart. She couldn't answer it. Could she? She stared at the LCD screen, unable to move her fingers even a centimeter. How could I answer it? Couldn't let Kurusu see her like this. Even so, it felt wrong to just stay here. Maho decided to go after Mayuri. By the time she made it to the overpass, my Yuri was already gone. Well, this is at least less painful than the feels train from the first game. Hey, Des Billows. Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, oh god, this is the feels trip. The feels trips. I've had many. Since she was right in front of the station, there were many people around. It would have been impossible to find her. Why did you come up to me? If you hadn't talked to me, you wouldn't have had to suffer. Not who I used to be. She looked down over the station from the overpass and whispered to herself. And then she saw someone in a distinctive outfit approaching her. They were wearing a black motorcycle suit and black full-face helmet despite the heat. She thought it might have been a cosplayer, but instead of trying to take pictures, the people nearby were avoiding them. Given a closer look, the person appeared to be a woman. Even Maho could tell that she had incredible proportions. The woman walked under the overpass and vanished from Maho's view. Kagari. Then she came up the stairs. She came right towards Maho. Maho quickly looked away at the other pedestrians and tried to run away. Before she could, the woman in the motorcycle suit ran over and wordlessly grabbed her hand. There was a pain in her cheek. She was caught off guard and then staggered to the ground. At first, she didn't know what had happened. She rubbed her aching cheek, and only then did she realize that the woman in the motorcycle suit had slapped her. Hurt Mommy, didn't you? Oh, she's gonna kill her. She could hear a muffled female voice from within the helmet. Called it. I'll kill you. Her voice was very calm, which only terrified Maho more. The professor told me about you, but it doesn't matter. Who are you? Because she was wearing a helmet, Maho couldn't read her facial expression. Since the visor was lowered, she couldn't even see her eyes. There was no answer to her question. Instead, the woman looked up to the sky as if she noticed something. Maho looked up too. For a moment, it seemed as if a black shadow crossed the windows of the building. She could hear a helicopter was close with machine guns. How long had it been there? She hadn't noticed it at all. She felt the air around her change. Pedestrians were all looking towards the station in fear and shock. She could hear people saying things like, "What's that? Are they filming a TV show? Some kind of cosplay event?" Something was going on at the station. Maho stood up and looked too. What is that? She found herself whispering the same thing as the others. There were two trucks painted a deep military green parked outside the station. Men were coming out of them dressed in camo and carrying weapons. At first she thought it might have been the self-defense force, but the men weren't Japanese. It was hard to believe that she was seeing was taking place in Japan. The men in camo disappeared into the alleyways as everyone watched from a safe distance. They were heading toward the radio building. Maho had heard from Mataro yesterday that the time machine was there. Oh! America! They're coming for the time machine. That's Stratford? Russia, or perhaps another country's military. Were they here because Maho had told Leskinen what she'd learned from Mintaro? As soon as the thought crossed her mind, she was hit with another terrible headache. It was all her fault. Everything was her fault. Till a moment ago, everything had seemed so hazy, but now she felt crushed by overwhelming guilt. Okabe was right, and the Third World War was going to begin here in Akihabara would be because she gave the information he shared with her to Stratford. He suddenly realized that the girl who threatened to kill her had run down the stairs and toward the station. Maho never did figure out who she was. Then her phone started to vibrate again. It was from Kurisu. She wanted to get away from the guilt, and so this time she picked up the phone. Maho! Kurisu. Are you okay? do you mean? Hey, Yen boy! Welcome to the stream. Oh my god, World War III is about to start.